Hey Weirdo, welcome back. This time I decided to look into the car industry. What our Canadian auto plants actually do, what's going on, and why we're actually failing at electric, and why we're endorsing it so much. So let's talk about this big bold promise. By 2035, we're supposed to stop selling gas-powered vehicles entirely, zero emissions, fully electric, the whole 9 yards. Are we actually ready for this massive transition? It's the kind of ambitious goal that makes you feel good about the future. But this is where things get weird, and not entirely the good kind of weird that we usually celebrate on this channel. Here's a number that might surprise you. Canada cranks out between 1.3 and 1.5 million vehicles every year. We're the 12th largest car producer on the planet. But here's the kicker. 85% of those cars, they're not even staying in Canada. They're headed straight across our border, down south. So why are we making all these cars when we're supposed to be going all electric by 2035? This makes economic sense. The automotive sector employs over 125,000 people directly and supports another 500,000 jobs when you include suppliers and other related industries. We've got lower labor costs, favorable exchange rates, and trade agreements that make us competitive. We're not making cars because Canadians are buying a ton of vehicles. We're talking about an $18 billion in annual exports. And honestly, it's a bit of a mess. Canada's EV adoption rate in 2024, 15.4%. Now, before you think that sounds pretty good, let me put this in perspective. Norway, a country that's actually as cold as we are, hit an 89% EV adoption in 2024. And China's sitting at 48. Even when you account for the different market conditions, government policies, we're not just behind. We're like out in the backfield. EV sales also dropped in December of 2024 by 29.6%. That's not a trajectory of a country that's going fully electric in 10 years. Let's start with where we stand right now. Of the 46 billion EV investments that were announced for Canada, 32 billion have been delayed or are facing big problems. When it comes to the electric transition, Canadian automakers are telling 3 very different stories. General Motors is an overachiever in this group. Their CAMI assembly plant is Canada's first full-scale EV manufacturing facility. When GM talks about electric, they're putting their money where their mouth is. They've invested over $2 billion in Canadian EV operations. Their EV sales grew by 252% in the first quarter of 2025. They're the #1 EV seller in Canada. Ford Canada, on the other hand, is the one that's making everyone nervous. They had big plans, $1.8 billion EV plant in Oakville that was supposed to start production in 2025, and then it's been delayed out to 2027. Then they essentially canceled it and decided to make a gasoline Super Duty truck instead. That's not exactly this kind of commitment that inspires confidence in meeting a 2035 deadline. And Toyota Canada is just playing it safe. Too safe. They're all about the hybrids, which is fine, but they're not making any major commitments into the full EV production in Canada. Their approach is gradual, conservative, and probably not aggressive enough to meet the government's timelines. That's not the kind of track record that suggests we're on pace for a smooth transition. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what that means, especially during tariffs and everything going on.